team. We have the power rankings. Now, I don't know how they got the Bills up number one. Everybody knows it's the Eagles. Eagles are number one. We just beat the Steelers, man. The Steelers moved down 2 spaces.
We had some injuries.
The Bills should, the Lions should be at 3. At 2.
Yeah, I agree.
The Lions should be at 2. They just lost.
I know, but still, though.
So you mean even though they lose to the Bills, they
go
were
down
still
1 spot? Why go down 2 spots?
Because we beat the Steelers.
Okay, so then y'all should be at 3.
I mean, it was at 2 last week.
Y'all at 4, right?
We had 2. Eagles is number 2.
It's shameful that we went down 2 spots.
Y'all at what, 4?
Last week was at 2. It says the same. We didn't move up or down.
If the Eagles are like the first, second best team in the league and we lost to them, why did we move down?
Wait, how are the Chiefs at 5? I don't understand that.
They moved.
They went down 1.
They just played.
The Chiefs are way.
Yeah, the Chiefs played the Browns. The Chiefs played the Browns.
I think it's just
they won 21-7.
The way they're winning, they're barely winning even against bad teams.
And Patrick Mahomes got injured, so they probably moved him down really because of the Patrick Mahomes injury.
The Vikings, I could give you 4 teams that could beat them in the playoffs.
I mean, yes, in the playoffs, but in the regular season,
the
they
Packers,
nice.
The Rams.
I mean, that's the Rams. Are they healthy?
The Eagles.
Of course.
You could make the case maybe the Bucks.
It depends. Yeah. If the Bucks are healthy,
they can. Home.
Bucks are home. Bucks are healthy. They'll definitely beat the Vikings. But I mean, the Vikings are on fire. Sam is balling out. I don't think he threw an interception in the past 2 games.
Yeah.
But
who has he played?
Who the Vikings?
2 weeks. Yeah.
I mean, they played the
Cardinals.
They played a lot of people. I mean, right now, what's
the Falcons, the Cardinals, the Falcons. The Bears? Yeah, okay.
But I also was able to put up the graphic for the playoff picture, and this is like after all the Week 15 games heading into Week 16. What do y'all think about the kind of playoff picture? Is there any of these matchups that would be real interesting to you if the playoffs started tomorrow?
I mean, they're 12-2. They beat a couple teams. But
is that the Broncos and Steelers?
Why pay too much for cable TV when it costs less for Fubo TV? Get all the channels you want with all the entertainment you love for the price that cable can't beat. Start watching at FuboTV.com.
Yeah, Broncos, Steelers.
Yeah, I got the Steelers in that game.
Definitely got the Steelers that game.
The Ravens and Texans gets interesting because if
Ravens would be home. I mean, not the Ravens, the Texans would be home.
I would say the Ravens would win because even though I like the Texans, I don't know, man. I mean, they got to get that run game more consistent because Nico Collins is good, but you're not gonna get very far if Joe Mixon's not gonna have a productive day on the ground. You're not, especially with only 6 carries.
I think
that's not going to get you far in the playoffs.
Just the way that the Texans have been playing, I could see the Ravens beating them. I definitely see the Steelers beating the Broncos. No one's scared of them, and then I think the Bills would have no problem.
Now in the NFC, it gets interesting.
Yeah.
Because
Washington.
I already know we're gonna beat the Washington.
Yeah, I'm disappointed in the Commanders' performance. I mean,
we play them this week. We gonna see.
They literally did everything they could do for the Saints to come back and win that game. They should be ashamed. I mean, they should have won that game by at least 2-3 scores. That's not a good look for the Commanders. That's nothing that you should be proud of. That win.
Packers versus Bucks. You think that's a toss-up?
I would go with the Packers because of coaching. I still don't buy the Bucks.
What?
I don't buy Lovey Smith. I don't.
Bucky Irvin out there balling.
That was more about the Chargers' pathetic performance that we'll get into. But
Vikings.
I don't like Todd Bowles, man. Still
don't like.
I still think the Bucks do their own thing. And it's just they go off the beat of their own drum by Baker.
I feel like that game, the Vikings-Rams game, can go either way. I mean, it really just depends on how healthy Matt Stafford is. Puka Nacua does eat, but I mean,
Stafford.
I'd see the Vikings.
Stafford scares me, man.
I can see the Vikings.
Stafford doesn't scare me.
No, he scares me as in like the decisions he makes.
Oh yeah.
Like what Stafford's gonna show up.
Exactly. That's why I don't believe in him.
I could see the Vikings winning that game, but I also wouldn't be surprised if the Rams win. But I would have to go, of course, with the Vikings.
Now, out of the teams in the hunt, both on the AFC and NFC, which do you think those teams are going to make it?
I mean, the Bengals have a good chance of making it. Besides that, on the NFC side, that's a toss-up.
The Fins were on the right way.
The Colts aren't going to make it.
And they screwed it up.
The Dolphins ain't going to make it. The Bengals could make it.
Maybe Bengals.
The Seahawks could make it. The Falcons, they'd have to win out.
They're not gonna win out.
I would say I'm only saying Seahawks maybe.
If it's our Penix,
They're gonna.
And Bengals maybe.
Oh, they have to beat the Giants.
But Bengals got to win out.
That's
too,
a big game
they're
for
gonna
both
win that
teams.
one.
The Giants have to lose, and the Falcons have to win.
That's true. I mean, it's gonna be a big game, especially for him. What you gonna say?
But don't be surprised, guys, if the Falcons put Kirk Cousins back in that game. If Penix starts struggling.
I can see that.
Oh, for sure.
But I hope the Falcons win.
Fumbling.
But let's go ahead and from looking at the playoff picture, go into our